My name's Lyndon Maurer. I'm the professional engineer assigned to this new project we did, the Heavy Duty Staggered Ripper. We're going to go over a few features and components on this machine quickly. So this machine will be available in anything from 9 shank up to 15 shank, 20-inch or 30-inch spacing. The big difference on this machine compared to some competitors is the staggered shank layout. So if you come around to the back here, so instead of an inline ripper, what we did is we staggered the ripper shanks, and there's a few benefits to that. First of all, you have better trash clearance, so the machine won't plug up as easy. You get a bit lower draft than an inline ripper as well. As far as trip options, this machine will be available in spring trip and hydraulic trip and shear bolt trip. It'll be standard with spring trip. Hydraulic trip is available with a little bit higher point load for those guys that are running in rocky ground, hard ground, areas of Texas like that. And then shear bolt trip is for guys that don't have a lot of rocks and have softer ground to run in. We'll come back to the front of the machine. So on this product, we really tried to focus on the Degelman drop the pin and go design. The machine levels itself automatically, so if you change ripping depth, all you have to do is swap some shims out on this depth pack to change ripping depth. You don't have to go crank any turnbuckles to level the machine out, it just levels itself automatically. This is going to be for bigger operations that want to cover more ground with higher horsepower four-wheel drive tractors. On a 9 shank machine like this, you're going to need all of 500, 550 horsepower to pull it. As for our dealer setups, this machine's going to come fully assembled. You aren't going to have to devote manpower time to assembling a bunch of components before you get it out to the customer's lot. It's also extremely narrow in transport. So this machine is bifold, so in transport position, it's only about 12.5 feet wide and 12 feet tall. So you got really narrow transport dimensions. So what we did is we went and talked to a lot of our US customers and kind of gathered some feedback, what they like about their current ripper machines, what they don't like about some of them. And kind of a common theme we heard is that a lot of the competitor machines fall apart after a couple of years and they're gonna have to go out and replace that machine. So as you know from our ProTill line and other products, Degelman builds things that are engineered tough. So that means you're not gonna have to go replace this machine every 2-3 years. It's built heavy, it's very robust frames. So in addition to an optional coulter in front of every shank, the optional coulter reduces implement draft by about 10-15%. It also cuts trash and residue to prevent plugging. This machine will probably never plug up on you, even in heavy corn residue. For options on the shank, so I already mentioned the shank trip options. You can also order the machine with a 3/4 inch minimal till setup like you see here. We've got a reversible shin guard on there. So when you wear out the bottom, you can flip that shin guard over and keep running it before you have to replace the part. We'll also have an 1.25 inch thick straight shank and an 1.25 inch thick parabolic shank for guys that want to do a little bit more tillage and move a little more dirt. As far as point options, we've partnered with a reputable OEM company that's going to give us points that last about 3 times longer than the competitors, using their proprietary alloy material in the point. Those points, you'll be able to get them anywhere from 3 to 14 inch wing point if you want. So lots of options on the points.